Seek Yahweh while he is to be found. Call on him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return to Yahweh, who has compassion on him, and to our Almighty, our Allah, for he pardons much. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares Yahweh. For as the Shamayim are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain comes down and the snow from the Shamayim, and do not return there, but water the earth and make it bring forth and bud, and give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so is my word that goes forth from my mouth. It does not return to me empty, but shall do what I please, and shall certainly accomplish what I sent it for. Isaiah chapter 55, verses 7 through 11. Have you ever encountered something that seemed impossible? At the Art of Woman podcast, we share testimonies of those who have. From divine healings to answered prayers, you'll hear stories of how Yahweh turns trials into triumphs. This isn't just another podcast. It's a community of followers of the way, sisters, seeking the impossible through faith. Stay tuned, because today's episode might just be the encouragement you need. Hallelujah. All esteem be unto the Most High Yah in the authority of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Peace and blessings, family. Shalom, 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 shalom to every single one of you. Again, peace and blessings. And I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to listen to me, Azanya Amana Baya from the Art of Woman podcast in this moment. As always, it is very much appreciated. And I do have a quick message today. I won't be too long, even though I can be long-winded sometimes. But please pay attention, because this one, it is important. And I do want to say just really quickly, I'm I know that I've been away from the podcast for a short moment. I am sure that many of us are in a place where healing, deliverance, restoration, amongst many things within our families, starting with us individually, is what is going on in this moment, in this season. At the same time, while we are doing that, there are things that are transpiring, things that are happening, things that are changing, things that are being added, things that are being removed. And the affliction that we all face, it doesn't feel good. But Yahweh is definitely allowing each one of us in the midst of what it is that we are facing to get stronger because of his son, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and really see who we are in him and through him. There's things that are changing. And the number one way for that to happen, though it does benefit us to have community, it does benefit us to have sisters, for men, the brothers, amongst one another. It does benefit us in that way because we got accountability. However, the majority of what it is that we get that's going to change us as far as our mental, our reason, it's rooted, it's going to be, or it needs to be, coming from us being in them scriptures, and getting what it is that Yah is wanting for us to receive by having a renewed mind, the mind of Mashiach. And that is what's going to help us to get through what we are currently going through and what we in time will face. I also am going to, well, for those that actually had listened to the very first video that I had posted, it was just myself The title is it anyway. The title of it is The Fear of Speaking My Own Voice, and it's part two. First of all, the reason why it actually says part two is because part one was, if you go to amanabaya.com, I actually had began it there on my website. And this was a very long time ago, y'all. Very, very long time ago. So I began it there, and then it still wasn't. It's my assignment, right? So, or a part of it. So I started it again, and if you listen to the first video that I had posted, like I said, for those of you who have not, but those of you who have, you already know what I'm talking about. But it was a struggle, and actually, it still is and has been. But I posted it up there, and that was part two. So the rest of it is going to be what I'm actually about to release on the podcast. I do have more interviews, all esteem be to Yahweh, of me communicating with other sisters, other Akwath Akayot, for those as far as modern paleo, my sisters. Um, but I do have conversations that I will have had that is going to be posted, very powerful, as far as what it is that Yah is doing and has done within their lives, that you will have an opportunity to be able to hear and listen to and take in and be encouraged by. So that's coming as well. There's some other things, but again, what I was trying to share is that the additional piece to my fear of speaking my own voice, the additional piece to that, which is actually going to be in the form of kind of like a vlog, is going to also be something that's also going to be released here on the podcast too. So that, none of that had anything to do with what it is that I'm sharing right now, but I wanted to say that first. Wasn't a part of what I was going to say, but I just feel like I needed to. All right, so again, do have a quick message. So I've been hearing, about everything that's been going on. I've been watching some things, but I don't kind of immerse myself into it or anything, but I have watched some things. I've heard some things, conversated about some things that are going on, and then you got the witness of stuff when you go to the store, the prices going up, supply chain issues in multiple places, person can't even get a carton of eggs at a decent price unless you got a membership at Costco's or Sam's Club or something. But anyway, and then you have these power outages, different things that are said to come. And that's not it. I'm not going to converse all of those things here, but different things, a lot of things that are supposed to be transpiring and supposed to be happening that the enemy has in line within this year, throughout this year, before the end of this year, right? We know that greater is he that is in us than he that is in the world. And we know that the enemy, though he is trying to do whatever, Yahweh says that he will take everything that the enemy meant for our harm and that he will use it for our good. So we stand on what he says. Again, that's why towards the beginning of what I was saying, you got to be rooted and grounded in his word, because that is what's going to help a person to get through and get what they need and keep their reason with light instead of it being dark. And we're going to talk about that as well. Not right now, though. But anyway, so honestly, it has made me, made us, several of us, we've asked ourselves, hey, as something big does happen, will we have enough food and supplies? You know, will we be where we need to be spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, in every way, as far as our family and ourselves are concerned? One of the sisters from Orchid Ministry, she actually has a video that I shared on my like the community tab. I know that's not what it's called now, but that's what I'm still calling it. But anyway, on the community tab on my YouTube channel, there is a video there that I had shared that Sister Hadassah had, she had, it was a question and some different things that were stated and, just fellowship, about do we have or are you ready? Do you have oil, in your lamps? What does that look like, the wise versus the foolish? I would recommend that you watch it, sisters, and maybe take some notes and then go deeper into it, and look at self, look at family and look at responses and things, because a person technically they can have all of the stuff that they need naturally, at least think that they do. But then if their heart ain't right, the Most High can tell some of these elements, the earth, for example, to open itself up and swallow up everything that it is that a person has. And they thought that they were ready, but then their heart wasn't right. So we need to have a balance, whenever it comes to that scale, Yah needs to be first in the authority of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, because without Mashiach, ain't nobody getting through that door. And then at the same time, there's using wisdom and having the things that are needed as far as our home and being in the place that one needs to be in, and having the things that are needed. So that's a part of the reason why it is that I'm actually releasing this video. So whenever it comes to that preparing, like I said, at one point, our family, we had a lot of things and we probably had enough to go through for 2 years, at least 2 years for real. Like didn't need too much of anything, food, toiletries, like all of that. We thought that we was ready until stuff happened and things changed and throughout the years things expired on top of that, so I guess for me, for us the answer was leaning closer to a yes as far as were we prepared in that way naturally, but then it ended up leaning back to a no because of the different things that happened and stuff that we ended up having to use. So we're still working on things, you know and that might or might not be also the case for every one of you. So I actually started digging into emergency preparedness a little bit more, communicating with some people. And that's whenever I ended up finding my Patriot supply. And they actually have got kits that last 25 years. They actually give over, what, 2,000 calories a day, and they come sealed and they're actually ready to store. And had my family had that at that time that we were getting the little canned goods and all that stuff, we'd still have some of that stuff by now. Because again, these kits last 25 years. So right now, um, it is time to prepare. And we know this. Not when the shelves are empty, because by then it might be too late. Not when the prices go so sky high up for real that it ends up so expensive that a person can't even buy anything. So right now, we have still got the freedom to choose to be ready, to plan ahead, and to take action while supplies are available. So they actually have a kit that is, to your liking, like whatever it is. I mean, you can't pick and choose what you want to put inside of them, but you can look through them and, make sure that it is, within line of what you eat, what you can and cannot eat as well. But whether it be a few weeks or a few months supply or however you want to do it, but that's up to you. But it is a simple way to secure your food, not panic in times to come, but actually to have applied wisdom and to have gotten what it is that you need. And again, 25 years. This lasts for 25 years. So it's not going to put a person or a family in a position to where stuff is going to be expiring like that. Now, I wouldn't share this if I didn't believe that it could actually help someone out there. And I know, as I said before, that if I had done this, if we had chose to do this at the time that it is, we were researching and everything, then this stuff we would still have. You would not believe the amount of stuff that I ended up throwing away. And I am not playing. For real, for real. Was really, I mean, not highly upset or disappointed, but it was a lot of stuff that we ended up having to throw away. Now, not too long ago, they actually had where it was like 70% off, y'all. They had like a 70% off. Today's what, 17th. And so there's like a code that it is that can be used for at least between but now and I think it expires like on the 19th where you can get 50% off. Um, like I said, there's just sales, there's things that it is that they have on the website. You just got to go there and look to where, like right now, there's a sale that's going on and you're getting, a certain percentage off. But like I said, not too long ago, it was 70%. Now you get I don't even have it pulled up right now because I'm trying to record this video, but there's like things that you can get in addition to it that are free as well. And I'll actually put the information down in the description below for you. But anyway, you can either one or two things. What I'll do is you can either click on the link that will be below, and it is an affiliate link. So for everything that it is that you do purchase, um, our family will get a small percentage. I will say that. It does help us as well. But you also can scan the QR code that I'm actually going to put on the screen and you can check it out. So in relation to food and other different supplies that could be purchased or might not yet be purchased that you can still get, consider this, to protect your family, to kind of to buy peace of mind, at least in this way, because again, I think that it actually would help a person to focus on things more spiritually because they know that at least they're taken care of right there in that area, you know? So if you do happen to have some questions, you can direct message me or again, send me an email and my information is in the description of the channel. It should be. I think that it's there. Anyway, I'm not looking at it right now, but I think that it's there. So until next time, stay sharp, stay watchful, stay blessed in the authority of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Hallelujah. 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 I want to close today's episode with Isaiah chapter 41, verses 8, 9, and 10. And it reads, "But you, Yasharal, are my servant, Yaakov, whom I have chosen, the descendants of Abraham, whom I love, whom I have strengthened from the ends of the earth, and called from its farthest parts, and said to you, you are my servant. I have chosen you, and have not rejected you. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not look around, for I am your Almighty. I am your strength. I am your power. I am your Eloah. I shall strengthen you. I shall also help you. I shall also uphold you with the right hand of my righteousness." Hallelujah. Remember, no matter what you are facing, the Most High Yah can turn the impossible into something possible. If you were encouraged, inspired, edified, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, and be a part of our growing community. We're here every week to bring you more testimonies, teachings, songs, whatever it is that the set-apart spirit of the Most High Yah brings that will strengthen your faith. And until next time, stay encouraged and walk in the authority of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Shalom.